to Ambleside. I'm on the edge of the Lake Windermere in the Lake District in the northwest of England. As you can probably see from my vlog for last week, I decided to come back out for sunset, and I thought with the fog this morning that we weren't going to get a sunset, but if you can see behind me, let me just, so if you can see behind me over here, yeah, so it's just, the sun's just trying to poke its nose out, so we might get a sunset after all. So what I've done at the moment is I've stuck on the long lens. Yeah, what I've done today is I've stuck on the long lens on my Olympus EM1. I think what this evening might be, it's just a case of picking out all the details. There's some absolutely fantastic clouds just drifting over the fells here and the hills around the Lake District. There's an absolutely it's absolutely fantastic over there. The sun's coming through at the moment. So all I think I'm going to do today is just leave the long lens. I've got my 40-150 on, which is a 80-300mm equivalent on a full frame. You always have to double it on micro four thirds. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is just go around and pick some various details of all the fells and the hills around us that are the clouds are drifting over. I did arrive very late last night, and I picked out I did a time lapse of an absolutely amazing sunset. Well, it wasn't amazing, but it was a really good sunset where you could see all the clouds drifting over the mountains. It was absolutely brilliant. So what I'll do for that one is I'll post it on social media, and you can have a look at it at your leisure. I didn't really do a vlog because I spent most of yesterday travelling, so I only got here late, and it was just, you know, a case of sticking the kit in the room and just going out for sunset and see if I can capture a few images. But I thought I'd come back out tonight, come back to the same place I was last night, and just stick the long lens on and capture a few images. So what I'll do is I'll get set up, and I'll see you in a moment. Yeah, so for this first shot here, I've just got my lens zoomed right out. It's at the full. I'd say it's around about 70mm on this lens, which is 140 on a normal lens, and I've got it zoomed out, and I've just got it focused on the hills here with the clouds rolling over. It really does look spectacular. So this shot, you see the clouds rolling over the hills. I'll be honest with you, this being my very first trip to the Lake District, and I come away, I'll be honest with you, I'm not disappointed. It's been a brilliant few days. Really I can really understand why people do fall in love with this place. I think sometimes there's a little bit too much to take in sometimes, and you're struggling for composition, and you really do. As a newbie, as somebody who's new to the place, I can imagine it can be very overwhelming. I can imagine a seasoned professional will know exactly where to go and what places to look at, and I doubt you'll ever struggle for pictures and compositions I don't know what to say. It's just completely overwhelmed me, blown my mind, and it's a place I'll definitely be coming back to. But yes, so I've got the shot here set up, and I'm zoomed right out, and I'm using my 0.9 medium grad, and I've got the polarizer on, spun round towards the clouds just to give it a little bit of definition in the sky. And yeah, so I'll take the shot and I'll pop it up on the screen for you now. What I've done for this shot is I've come further around around the lake, and what I'm doing is I'm pointing my camera directly down Windermere, over and towards these two ships behind, these two boats in front of me, and we are getting a nice bit of colour from the sky over there, because the sun's going down roughly over here, and we're getting a nice bit of colour there. Yeah, so that's the shot I've got, as you can see there. There's a nice bit of colour coming through just above the fells there, and yeah, some of them are, they're looking spectacular. There's a nice bit of cloud over there as well. Yeah, so what I've done for this shot is I've switched on the high res mode on my camera. One of the nifty features of the Olympus is that it has a special high res mode, which is the M1 does 80 megapixels RAW and 50 megapixels JPEG, and basically it does that by shifting the sensor 1 pixel at a time very slightly over 8 shots, which creates, and then it stitches an image together to create an 80 megapixel image. I don't know how it does it, but it's magic, and it works, and it's really, really good, and you do really get some fantastic detail. But one thing you have to do is because it's shifting the sensor ever so slightly, you can't use it on every shot. So if you need something with a fast shutter speed, then it doesn't work very well with that, because it's obviously if you've got somebody moving in the shot, and it's moving the sensor over it, you're going to create a bit of motion blur, very similar to a long exposure effect. But for this type of image, it does really, really work, because a lot of the things in the picture and in the image is static, so you don't really have to worry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this shot, and I'll pop it up there now. Today. As I said before, this is my very first trip to the Lake District for photographing anyway. I vaguely remember going as kids, but I couldn't tell you when it was, but I've never been photographing. I've driven through it a few times, but I've never been photographing the Lake District, and I thought I would come up here this few days and just check out Lake Windermere and the area around Windermere. I know I'm not a very experienced person with the Lake District, and there'll be probably people telling me to be up on them hills there, but today the fog was really bad this morning, so it would have been silly for me to go up on the hills on my own with very little experience of hill walking. I think you learn you trade with hill walking when the weather's clear, and then you can go back on days like this today, where the clouds are low and the fog is low, so that you know exactly where you're. I might have got up there, but I might have struggled to get back down, and I think it's sometimes it's common sense takes over and you say, well, you know, is it safe for you to go up there? So it wasn't for me today, but it's definitely something I'm going to come back to. Yeah, so if you like my videos, leave a comment below, and hopefully I'll see you soon.